Yeah, I clock out at 5, but I'm only getting started. Dead eyes from the grind, my passion's uncharted. My code's on fire, though my soul feels drained. I'm a walking contradiction, see the midnight flames. Keep pushing, keep building. The day job's got me locked, I can't ignore the call. But my midnight hustle rise, I'm tearing down these walls. Fatigue in my veins, self-doubt in my mind. Yet I grip the dream tighter, cause it's all on the line. I'm breaking through midnight, meltdown turning into light. All this burnout can't contain my will to fight. I'll shatter every demon screaming in my ear. Heavy wrist behind me, my purpose is clear. Flickering screens in the early AM. Deadlines loom and still I chase them. Zombie mode eyes, but I'm coding for the thrill. Hustling for the future, forging worlds with my skill. Every maybe in my head tries to cut my flow, but I spit these bars for the dream I won't let go. Burn it up, burn it down. Day job, midnight ground. Nerves strung tight like cables on the edge. Frustration fuels the chaos, but I make my pledge. I'm breaking through midnight, meltdown turning into light. All this burnout can't contain my will to fight. I'll shatter every demon screaming in my ear. Heavy wrist behind me, my purpose is clear. I see the sunrise creeping, but my spirit's still strong. No time for regrets, I've been chasing this too long. When the noise in my head tries to bury me again, I'll remember this anthem and rise above the din. I'm breaking through midnight, meltdown turning into light. All this burnout can't contain my will to fight. I'll shatter every demon screaming in my ear. Heavy wrist behind me, my purpose is clear. Day job at dawn, dream job by night. I keep on coding till I get it right. Running overtime, agendas going nowhere. Ideas clash like titans, tension fills the air. Communication breaks down, misunderstandings grow. Every deadline's looming and the pressure starts to show. Can we find a common ground before we all fall apart? The weight of expectations tearing at our hearts. Misaligned vision, shadows in the light. Struggling to stay united in the heat of the fight. I'm feeling the pressure, can't let you down. Holding on to hope while we're breaking down. Wrestling with the tension, trying to survive. Don't wanna let our team's dreams dive. Arguments in the hallway, voices raised in pain, blaming one another for the strain. Late nights and coffee cups, fatigue in every glance. But somewhere deep inside we still have a chance. We're more than our conflicts, more than our fights. Together we can rise above these sleepless nights. Finding strength in unity, letting go of pride. Rebuilding what we have side by side. I'm feeling the pressure, can't let you down. Holding on to hope while we're breaking down. Wrestling with the tension, trying to survive. Don't wanna let our team's dreams dive. I don't wanna be the one who falls apart. Let's fix the communication, heal the broken hearts. We can overcome the friction, find our way back home. Together we're unstoppable, we're breaks. We've wrestled with the tension, now we rise above, standing strong together, fueled by our love. We face the storm, now we see the sun. The intentions behind us, united as one.
Hello?
Lines of code are stacking, deadlines closing in. Heartbeat syncs with the clock, feeling all the spin. Errors flashing warnings, every second counts. Pressure mounts,
Hope everybody had a good week. Ready to kick off the weekend.
Thinking every change, fearing what's to come. Hope and fear collide, racing like a drum. Can we push it through, or will it all collapse? Holding breath, eyes wide, avoiding any traps. We're racing against time, midnight merge tonight. Every line must align, keep the vision in sight. Feel the urgency rise, don't let it tear us apart. Together we stand strong, with one unified heart.
I guess we probably should have had the stream starting screen on there, not the stream ending. Let's dive in here. Jeez.
brings us closer to the break of light.
Chaos, find the peace inside. Trust in what we've built, let the tension subside. In the face of disaster, let's find our way. Calm the storm within, bring a brighter day. We're racing against time, midnight march tonight. Every line must align, keep the vision in sight.
Let's get this in there.
Unified heart.
And let's see what the in-game audio is like. We'll just vibe out to the in-game music for now. Then I think we're just gonna start a new game specifically for stream. We're gonna go with, so this for stream, we'll go with a very large map. That'll give us something to work on over time. If it's something we want to play. I think medium's probably good. Don't want like perfectly flat map. But I also don't want it to be hills everywhere. I'm just gonna play around with if we can get a nice river like this. Work with. We'll do USA. We'll just start from the beginning. Hey Trench, how's it going? Hope you had a good week. Hey Rilla. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Hey, testicular torsion. Gotta make sure I get the name right. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna immediately pause to save our game as Streamopolis. And we're going to quit back to the main menu. And here, we want to add a couple mods here. We want I think just these guys. Nothing too game changing, just a couple things to help with the train tracks. And just more levels for industry. And then more colors, or line colors. So yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing too game changing, just a little bit of helpful stuff. Against the Storm and Timberborn. You know, Timberborn's on my wish list. I haven't bought it yet though. So eventually one day. Alright, so we're going to come in here. We're still paused, which is good. And what we want to do is start getting an idea of what things we have available. The trick with this game specifically is it's all about making your supply lines. However, I guess just to give a quick example, let me see if I can find something here. All right, so you have like 2 oil wells here and then an oil refinery here. So right, you could like feed these oil wells in this oil refinery, feed the refined oil into the fuel right here, and then the fuel into the city, because the city needs fuel. You could hook all that up, but it's not going to make you a whole lot of money, because you get paid based on the distance that things are transported. So while this is all like nice, neat packaged up right here, it would make more sense to say, capture the oils here, put them on a boat, bring them, let's see, do we have an oil refinery on the river somewhere? Bring them all the way down here to this oil refinery. And then bring them all the way back to, say, I guess we got an oil refinery here too. All the way up here to be refined into fuel, and then back to your shipping port here and feed the fuel there. So even though it's like way out of the way, it's going to make you a whole lot more money. Which I think, just looking at what we have here, exactly, it is the opposite, but because this one's not focused on efficiency, it's focused on supply lines, and the farther things travel, the more you get paid for it. So it's definitely a different thought process when you put things together. But then it also helps in the future by having those supply lines in place, that it's easier to like tie other things into the existing supply lines as the game goes on. So I think we are definitely going to use this fuel refinery to make our fuel. I wouldn't be opposed using this oil refinery and just ship the oil from here all the way down this river to here, because that's going to be good. I'm just trying to think what's going to be the best spot to feed that oil. There's a lot of oil right here. Oil, 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 oil. So that's a lot of oil. You know, having oil near water is a recipe for disaster. What if it's a fire? How do you find a pilot big enough to put it out? You know? Sometimes you just gotta take the risks. Alright, so we got oil, 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 oil. We got 6 oil wells right here. So I think what we're gonna do it's gonna be the best way to hook these up. I guess the more I've played games like this, the more I try to think a little bit ahead. So I'm thinking we're gonna put a boat dock here somewhere. Probably have a train, the boat dock, to probably just like a station out here for right now. Maybe even just have the station already in this town. All these oils can drive the oil to the town for now. Get on the train, take it to the boat harbor. Boat harbor can take it down to here. We'll put another boat harbor. Then we'll put another boat harbor down here. If we do this train right, so it can connect this town and this town, then the boat can bring the fuel back up here, back on the same train that's hooked up here, drop off the fuel here, go get the oil here, bring it back here. So that means that almost every stop of that entire train, or that entire line of things, is making money. So the first thing I usually do is I'll just come in here and take the max amount of loan that they'll let us, so I can build kind of big off the start. Now that I'm thinking it, I'm just going to do the train from here to here. All these oils can start feeding into this town. Then that's going to eliminate a stop up here. So then we'll have every stop as a money-making stop here. So I think I'm just gonna like swing a train around this way and just have it end up here. This is maybe a little bit ambitious because I don't usually start with trains. But I mean, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I think we're gonna put this guy. That's gonna come around. I'm gonna put this guy here. We'll make sure he has we'll just do like that for now. We'll do our big ship dock there. We need this connected via a road. We'll just put a road in here, and then we'll swing this road around and just like hook it up into here like so. The reason I wanted to put that down first is because if you get your station set up right, I'm going to put this train station here. I'll leave some space so we can make that road bigger later on if we need to. And let's just connect this road up here. But now you can see when you click on some kind of station, it'll highlight the areas that are connected, which means the train station and the boat harbor are connected. So I don't need like an intermediary transportation between them. If a train drops stuff off here, it'll just automatically go to the boat harbor. Also going to put our train station here, probably loop it around this way. Here. Just trying to make sure that it's going to be able to make it north the town without going through the town. Then the tricky part is also going to be, can I get these connected up, which I should be able to without the speed limit going down. Okay. So we're not doing too bad here. We're going to start with both of our train stations being 2 tracks. Hopefully we don't run out of money setting this up. We want this track kind of come out this, and then swing into there, and we can see that the speed limit doesn't change at all. Then we'll just bring this track all the way down there, follow it, just like so. We always want to make sure that all of our stations, our trains, have a means to cross over to the other side of the track. But our train here, I think we're just going to connect up to here for now. Here we're going to have to put a truck station. I think we're just going to do something like this. With the truck stations, size of the cargo bays here don't really matter that much right now, but they will in the future. But the important part is you want to make sure that you keep one-way flows here. Otherwise, it just kind of becomes very congested in there, and congestion is one of the biggest problems with transportation in general. All right, so I think we're doing pretty good, because the train's going to be kind of expensive. The boat harbors aren't going to be all that expensive, and if we can, let's check here if we can do this. We're going to put a boat harbor down here. We're going to connect up this road. Let's just do straight roads. We're going to come like this way. Unfortunately, I can't get that close enough to this where this will just put the oil right here. At some point in the future, we might be able to do that. Here, we're just going to do the one landing. We're going to put this truck bay in the middle. How close that is, I actually wonder. I just like connect this here because it usually is based on road length. Distance down the road. So like all the way up until right like this. So why don't these connect actually then? Let's try cargo, main building. Road. still not. I just add another main building. No. It needs to be connected to this somehow. We're just gonna bolt. I didn't want to bulldoze that whole thing. I'll put this straight here instead. We're just gonna see what happens here. Get rid of that. We'll do in this way, out this way. Connect up our roads here. Yeah, I guess we'll see what's gonna happen here. Then my other line needs to be here. Still good on money for now. We're just gonna come right off of here to there. Couple more truck stops. One here, one here. Then we're gonna do the same thing down here. We'll put a truck stop here. So and out. Our road connected there, and our road connected. Just connect this one over here. Alright, so what hopefully we will have, we'll create a first line. It's gonna go from here to here. Is going to be our northern rail. I don't know. I'm terrible when it comes to naming these things. But if you just leave them line 1, line 2, line 3, whatever, it does not end well. One thing we didn't do here, so you can see on the line, it's only using one side, and if we want more than one train on that, that's going to be a problem. So now we got to go in here and we got to put signals. We want one-way signals, and this is that auto sig mod that we added, which basically is just going to, if I put a signal here, it's just going to automatically space out signals all the way down the line for me. I do the same thing here. So now each side of the track is one way, but now our line's using both sides of the track. So we can have multiple trains going and they won't run into each other. Here, I'm going to do a line from here to here, and then down to here. Main river line. I don't know. Did we put a large cargo on this guy yet? We did not. So let's make sure that's there. Just get rid of that guy. Large dock there. Landing. Large landing there. Gonna do a line from here to here. And you can see this is why we do the one-ways. So these guys aren't crossing over each other here. And it should just make a nice clean traffic flow. Then here these guys come in, they go in there, and they come back around. Nice clean, they don't get in each other's way. Down here, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm kind of hoping that like the oil gets dropped off here and they can just be fed right into there and I don't actually have to put a truck there. But we'll see. Get rid of this and I just bring this road up to here. I go in here, configure this, and just kind of put that there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. And then the last thing I need to do, the little bit of monies that we got left, is I need to get some oil feeding into the system. So we're just going to do a couple more of these. In, out. And if you'll notice, I'm doing all this on pause because all the maintenance costs of setting all this up would just drain all of my money before the game even started. So I'm just getting like a first set of transport lines together. And then we will unpause the game. We're still going to lose a lot of money right off the bat. But hopefully it won't be too bad. So we definitely want at least 2 oil wells feeding into the system. We're gonna go ahead here and put hook up another one. And we'll add more over time. We're going to go in here to our line tool. We're just going to add a line from here to here. Then we're going to add another line from here to here. actually what we're gonna do for that is we're gonna add another spot here for them to drop off. Another spot here for street access. Connect this like so. And then we're gonna come here to probably this line and just switch this over to line 2. You can see what I want to avoid is them sharing the same entryway. So you can put these waypoints in here, like so. And then in here, I can add this station, and then after this one, I can add this waypoint. That keeps them less congested a little bit. So you can kind of control where you want the trucks to go. Lastly, I need a road depot that we're going to put maybe like right here. I also need a road depot down here. And I need a shipyard that we're going to put up here. And I need a train depot that we're just going to put this guy right here. And just do like so. And now we need vehicles, right? So we're gonna go in here. We only have 2 vehicles we can buy at the beginning, so we're just gonna get like, can we afford 40 of these? Let's start with 20. We're going to take 10 of them. Do Modesto oil trucks 1. And this one's going to be Modesto oil trucks 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to put on oil trucks 1. And then these we're going to put on oil trucks 2. Shipyard, we're gonna buy, can we afford one of these guys? Buy 2 of these guys. Put them on the main river line. No path for big ships. What is that? This may be problematic. No path for big ships. Isn't there a town station, vehicle station? What do I want to see here? Absolutely should be able to travel all the way down this river. Did I miss something on one of these stations? No. Unable to find path to stop. No path for big ships. It could just be because the game's paused. So let's unpause the game for a second. Wait for a couple things to update here. Pause it again. No, that's going to be a problem. We're going to deal with that problem later. Here we need train. We're not going to have a whole lot of oil to start with. So we're just going to this, put that on the northern rail. So one of the things that we're going to want to see, let's just play at first. All right, let's get some of these cars out here. Our little horse-drawn carriages. Just hasn't picked up that guy's a consumer yet. Just potentially just because we don't have a line connected. Did we do a line here? We did do a line here. We're just gonna do like 10 of these here too. I'm gonna put these on this line. Let that play. Those guys are gonna run. If my ship here isn't gonna work, let's which port is this? Norwalk. So let's take this one out. And then able to find path. I don't understand. Like, got a large dock for large ship. All this green should mean that I think if a big ship can't fit, it's maybe like a different shade of green. There are definitely bridges here that could be a problem. There's no bridges down here. This is going to be quite problematic because we spent a lot of money on these boats. If we can't put these boats on here. However, let's just do... Let's see, let's just sell these guys for now. Let's do a small dock. We'll just throw a small dock on both of these for now real quick. We'll expand later. We'll figure it out. If we got to do some like terraforming later, we will. Is that? small dock. Okay, so this is the problem, I think. Get these guys back. Should have just kept them, to be honest, until I... Yeah, okay, so that was the problem. I don't know why it let me put a big boat landing on the small dock, but... Now we'll see. That oil refinery showing up as a consumer here, which means it's producing oil. And then if we go back to this line after here, we add this station back into the mix. We're going to start losing a lot of money right now. You can see our little horses are carrying our oil. And then this is not working the way I was hoping it would. Which I think is possibly going to be a problem. Let's see. 2 suppliers, no consumers. It's a problem because if I'm not making money off of this whole line, I'm gonna go bust. Probably pretty quickly. You'll see as these guys start coming up with oil. Right, I'll get paid here for the oil as they're dropping it off. See the oil start lining up on the train here. You can come in here and you can start seeing like how much money you're gaining or losing from each line. You can see our first oil line that's actually producing stuff is making money, which is good. Our train and our boat are gonna cost us a lot of money, just in general. However, they're also going to make a lot of money. You'll see this train come in here. He just made 140,000 from that one run. Now we got some oil here on the stock. But I think what we're actually going to do that's not good. we're gonna take that out of the mix for right now. We're going to give this a minute and just see if we start producing a net positive, I think. Which right now we're not, because the boat line's not making any money. But it will. Our train line might be able to make up for that, right? So our train line still, the train line's going to make a decent amount of money here. So our train line might carry our boat line for a minute. Look at our finances. This is the first year that we're actually making money from things, so we're gonna have to see how this plays out. As long as we can get to the point where we're at a net positive, we'll be alright. As long as this doesn't hemorrhage too much funds for us to get there. That's always the trick with this game, is you gotta get that good start. We may have gone a little too ambitious with this first line. I actually think we're probably going to just sell this boat for right now. So we're not going to have enough oil coming in to support 2 boats, but we got to pay maintenance costs on 2 boats. That will reduce how much the boat line costs us. Does look like we're maybe putting a dent in that. Alright, so far this year, we're making a net profit. It could just be because we just bought, or we just sold that boat. See, now our boat's actually taking some oil down, but see, we don't even have enough oil to fill a whole boat. So having 2 boats is just wasting money. And the big thing's going to be when this gets down here, how much are we going to get paid for that? And is that going to make up some of this cost of the boat line? Hopefully it does. I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot that I didn't just put the dock here, because I could have split this up into 2 lines. But we got to turn a profit now because we're in such negative numbers as far as money goes. I think we might be able to pull it off. See, our earnings are positive right now. You guys can't see the earnings actually. It's behind me. So I'm not really sure how I should move myself for this game because I'm going to be covering something somewhere. This I'm going to move like up here. I think I'm just going to I don't know. If you guys want to see the numbers over here, let me know, and I'll figure out a way to move myself. Alright, so we ended up not really making money last year. Our earnings are down because of the other fees. However, this boat here could end up being our saving grace. So that's that's paying quite a bit. And that was 400k for dropping that off, which also means this line will start being productive again. This guy has no consumers though, because we don't have this hooked up. Can't borrow any more money to finish up some of this linkage. So hopefully hey Maggie, how's it going? This train will definitely need to be bigger. Don't really have the money to do that right now. Let's see what our finances end up being. I think a lot of it just depends on this boat trip. By making all the money, I'm actively losing all the money right now. But we'll see. Most of our transport lines are making money right now. So we may be able to turn this around here. It might just take a minute. Yeah, all of our lines are productive right now. So if we can just maintain that, we'll hopefully be all right. And if not, well, we might cheat a little bit to get things on track. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. I think we won't have to do that. So this boat is going to fill it up almost completely, which means the track for the supply that we have of oil right now is basically filling one full boat, which is good. Our train's not keeping up though. This is going to fill up, and we have so much supply at our oil wells right now. But we got to get the rest of this infrastructure up and running first. Trying to watch our funds here. Was the movie Stunt-tastic? So yes, that was actually a really good movie. We went and saw the new Mission Impossible movie last night. I'm not going to give out any spoilers, so don't worry if you haven't seen it yet. What I will say is it was a 3-hour-long movie, but it did not feel like a 3-hour-long movie. Let's do how do I do this? I want to configure maintenance. It's on normal. I thought there was a way to like change the maintenance lower to save a little bit of money. Maintenance costs on my lines are what's killing me right now. Not making enough money to cover the cost of maintenance on anything except the railroad. The ship line, which actually, let me look at that. Yeah, so because it takes so long for the ship to move, I don't make enough from the trip that it takes to make up for the time that it takes. So what we're gonna do here, I think we're just gonna do a tiny little bit of cheating here. Let's save the game. How can I load it? I'm just gonna turn on no costs for a second. Just to fix something. We're not going to do a whole lot of cheating here, but we are just going to cheat a little bit. Just so we can... I'm going to go in here. I'm going to add that. We're going to switch this line. This doesn't cost anything, so this isn't, this one's not cheating, but we're just going to switch that to that line. We're going to add another line. here, here. And I gotta fix this because I thought this was gonna work, but because this isn't working, this is causing like a big issue with not making money. So let's bulldoze all of this for now. And I think what I want to do I kind of want to just carve out the river here. Start all the way back here. I'll just kind of do like this. And then we'll put this back. Now those are directly connected. That's what we were hoping was going to happen to begin with. We're going to put this back to just how it was. With the one cargo thing, the landing. Get rid of that. Add the station in there. So, back how it was. And then we're just gonna buy a boat to put on that line. Let that run for a second so everything like goes through. And make sure this boat's gonna come out of here. And then I just want to make sure that all of that now makes is that not working as a consumer? What am I missing? This should bring oil down to here. It's refined. Refined oil. Comes to here, which should come back up here. Switch over to this die. Come up here. Okay, it's going now. It just took a minute to update. Okay, so now we're going to save the game. Then we will select options. What is this saying? I don't want to disable that. I want to disable the no cost mod. That is probably see how bad is that going to affect us? Okay, I don't think that's going to affect the funding at all here. However, what that should do now is all these trucks taking oil here should be taking refined oil back. And the way that's going to help is twofold. Because this ship will now get paid both ways. Right? It'll get paid over here, and it'll get paid over here on its next path. And that is going to be huge. And then this ship will also get paid both ways. It'll get paid when it picks up the refined oil here and drops it off up here. Then it'll pick up the refined fuel from here and get paid when it drops it off down here. This guy doesn't have a consumer yet, though, which is also a problem. But it's consumers this town, which can use the existing infrastructure we have. I just need a positive balance here so I can set the truck stops in town. We're going to try to not cheat that one. And see that the oil is piling up the dock here. It's not going to be a lot because it takes two raw oils to make one refined oil, which is why we want 2 wells feeding here. But I think we might be all right now. This guy's got a full boat. We don't have oil piling up here, which means we don't need another boat yet. But we do have oil piling up in other places, so we can definitely feed more oil to the dock when we get the funds to do so. This one here, I probably should have held off on buying this boat. So right now it's just going to cost me, but hopefully I should have some oil for it to pick up on its next trip. That one's it's not going to have a whole lot of oil to ship, I don't think, just because our supply line's short, but because of that distance it's traveling, it's probably going to pay a lot. You can see everything except for the boat lines is productive right now. The trucks here are double productive, right? That's why they're making so much, because they're getting paid on both sides, which is ultimately the goal that we want, is we want all of our lines to get paid on both sides. Hoping we would have more oil than that. I bring? Or I guess maybe it took some back last time. Do we have oil set in here for this boat? No, not yet. He's not carrying any, I don't think. No. But this guy getting paid on both sides is going to be pretty big. And I think that's just going to be the thing that digs us out of this hole. I just needed that one line fixed. This area right here is probably going to end up being like a big transportation hub. As we build out, we'll probably get a lot of docks here to have a lot of ships coming in and out. Train station will probably get built out. So you generally don't want, like, I could probably extend this train station out to here, or this train line out to Everett up here, but I'd probably do a separate train line down here to the Sacramento. Maybe even a separate one out here to these areas. Just because otherwise your trains get too congested. But if they are all picking stuff up from the docks here, really what ends up happening is, say I have a train all the way out here to drop fuel off to this guy. I can have some of the surrounding stuff, like say all this wood, gather here so that train can bring wood back here. The wood would come to this station, but then let's say I want that wood to come up here to Everett to get refined. I can just switch the train to which track it's on here, go up to Everett and get trucked over here to be refined, brought back to the station, and this just kind of becomes the main hub. We'll probably have a few main hubs, just kind of depending on where things need to go. This ship still hasn't even made it up here. This boat made it all the way down and almost all the way back before this ship even made it to this station. So that's probably going to work out in our favor. Let's see what this guy gets paid for the refined oil when he drops it off up here as well. So he got 200k from that. You can see this line, the boat line, even after paying maintenance, is positive. If you look at last year, made a net positive. We're net positive right now for this year. Let's see if we can maintain that. It's only going to grow because this line's going to consistently make whatever it's making. This line that's not making anything is going to start making something. So right now, all the other lines are carrying this line for its maintenance costs. It's going to start carrying itself and then some. We'll see now if we're able to make enough for it to cover all of the maintenances and other repair costs and all that stuff, to hopefully start bringing this number down. I mean, we're definitely losing money right now, but that can change pretty quickly. And once we start making money, once we get this balance back to a positive so we can start building stuff again, we can increase the amount of money we're making quite a bit, because and we have so much oil sitting here, like we're actively losing oil because this thing's producing more oil than we can ship out. And the same thing here. And we're getting pretty close to that same thing on the train station here too. Yeah. So we'll be able to increase all of our transportations of those. It's not like we're actually losing anything. At least here. These oil refineries don't have like a limit, I don't think. They'll just produce oil forever. But it just shows that there's way more supply than what we have transportation in place for. Don't have any truck stops in here. Or they only cost 1,200. But once I get a couple truck stops in here, we'll be pretty good. Because I think one of the problems is I don't think this one's actually going to produce any fuel. That doesn't have any consumers. Which might be one more thing we have to add in just to get the supply line completed here. I think we might be setting in a pretty good spot. We'll see. We'll see. It's close right now. It's borderline of whether we're going to go bankrupt or not. If we do go bankrupt, I guess we'll see when that happens, but we can either just fix a couple things so we are making money, or we can just start over and try to not be quite as ambitious starting out and make fewer mistakes as well. You have returned. Welcome. Welcome back. So this boat is picking up something for the first time now. That's such a long trek. I can only imagine what that's going to pay out. That's going to kind of be the deciding factor, I think, of if we're going to make it or not here. Is how much money that boat makes. Am I still on free mode? No, we just fixed this port up here on free mode and then went back. This wasn't connected up here, so our supply line was broken. And it was kind of crucial that it wasn't broken. We are slowly crawling our way back, right? We're at negative 1.6 million, 1.7 million. We were at negative 2 million. So hopefully we can crawl this back. If we can get to where we have even a couple $1,000s positive, if I can just pluck a couple truck stops in here, I don't even have to add extra trucks. I can just add to this line of the trucks that are already driving through. When they drop their oil off here, pick up fuel, drop it off, and then continue on. It'll kind of interrupt their steady flow for now, but that'll be a pretty cheap way to start distributing the fuel in the town and just start bringing more money in. And then as more and more money comes in, I can like add another cargo lane to this stop, then just set a separate line here so they're not interfering with each other. Feel like we're like holding fairly consistent, right? We make 270k one year, then we lose 280k the next year. So it might be like a very small decline, but I do think now that this boat will be making money at least one way on the trip. That's going to help a lot. And once we have the truck stations in here, it'll make money both ways. This guy is going to consume some oil, but it's not going to produce any fuel yet because there's no consumers of the fuel right now. But all the infrastructure is there to get the fuel to here, just not to get it into the town yet. super fast mode is not very fast. I wish there was another step up. But if super fast mode is not very fast, imagine how fast regular mode is. Put it back on super fast mode. There used to be a way, oh, right here. You can like ride the ships too. Yeah, I mean, the time scale is a little bit off. I will definitely agree to that. If this ends up only paying like 200k, I think we're fucked. If this pays like $1 million or more, I think we're gonna be pretty good. Just rocket engines on the boats, yeah. Well, really, it comes down to just needing more boats. But we gotta make that money first. First thing we'll do is we'll complete the full supply line. You'd get kicked off your cruise ship. I mean, it's still a boat, right? So way to follow it. I want to enter the cockpit. I want the camera to just follow it. Ah, that one. There we go. This guy is definitely going to be our make or break point. 17 months later. That's true, but that's okay, because at the beginning of this game it takes a long time for new vehicles to become available. So there's not a whole lot to do to upgrade wise, but it would be nice to get this money sooner rather than later. I'm hoping it gives me at least $1 million. It would be very nice if it gave me more than $1 million this trip. I think we'll survive if it's less than $1 million, but at 1.1 mil. So you can see that's really knocked us down. Right, we're almost positive now. But one more trip of that boat and we'll be positive. So everything else is kind of like almost even. Everything else is pretty close to... Actually, it does look like we're still making more regularly than what we're losing. Everything else maintenance-wise is pretty steady. That ship is gonna bring us positive here. Claude 4 is going much better now. I haven't actually used Claude 4 yet, so that's good to hear. It's doing much better now. wonder if there's a mod for... Wait, I can bring this up to like 0.2. No, I don't want that 0.2. That just changes the... So I can do like this, where the days go much slower, but the game speed is still on 4x. So I can slow down the date speed while still having the game speed up. I wish I could get the game speed higher. I wonder if there's a mod for that. It really does only matter here at the beginning, though, to be honest. Once you have a decent source of income coming in, instead of waiting for this one ship to go back and forth, I can just put 10 ships on this line. And then it's just a constant flow of money. But at the beginning here, where I'm really like dependent on this ship coming back and forth. Nice thing is we got 1.1 million for that last trip. I think he only had like 50 oil on him. He's gonna have a full load this time, so he'll probably get like 1.5 million. Maybe 1.8 million. So I think the next trip of this boat might end up putting us positive, because we're still losing a little bit of money here. And this number does fluctuate quite a bit based on when the maintenance fees hit versus when the income from the transport lines comes in. But it's really not going down a whole lot very quickly. All right, we were at negative 2 million. Now we're at negative 800,000. Which, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to get to positive before the end of the stream. Some of this, I mean, perfectly honest, the stream just kind of flew by, which is something that happens in games like this. You spend so much time just setting everything up and watching it go that you lose track of time. But I am going to, while we're waiting for this ship to make another round, I am going to look and see if there is a mod that I can increase the speed. What's this called? This is game speed? Just speed. You want to keep Elden Ring for stream, or do you want to play tonight maybe? We might be able to play some tonight. We didn't start on stream, so if anyone was trying to follow along with like the lore, we skipped the whole beginning anyways. It will be nice to have it for some filler content until June 10th, but I'm not super concerned that everything we do has to be on stream. So transport Beaver 2 faster game speed. Doesn't look like there's a mod to do that. Our boat's almost back to pick up his oil here. Still setting right around 872, 860. So we haven't really lost much money. Time to vibe code it. What are you vibe coding? Oh, vibe coding is speed mod. So there's something I see on Google that says if you enable like debug mode, you can go in the debug tools and increase it. I don't know if I really want to do that. But I imagine if it's available in the debug tools, it's probably also available to interact with via a mod somehow. Alright, so this ship's full now. It's working its way back up. We are going to let it get up there and see how much money that makes, if that puts us in the green yet. I didn't really pay attention how long that actually took. I don't know how accurate this is. This says its frequency is 69 minutes and 3 seconds. I don't know what it considers a minute. Because we surely didn't sit here for an hour just watching this boat make one trip. But we are at 4 times speed, so maybe like you just divide that by 4 and that's what it is. I'm not sure. I don't think it's taking 15 minutes to go either, but maybe it is. But we're still, I mean, we're at -1 mil. Like I said, this fluctuates quite a bit. If that gives us like 1.5 mil or something, we'll be setting pretty good. I'll be able to have enough money to add this last route in here. This boat is gonna get here, hopefully, before we end the stream. Even if it's just barely. Yeah, see, now we're to negative 500k, so we should be at a positive number when this boat gets here. We're gonna prolong the stream waiting on this boat. I will say though, for like a sim automation, whatever type game you would call this, it does look pretty good. They put a decent amount of work just into the artwork. You see like a little town over there, factories and everything going. Water looks pretty good. Alright, we'll get there hopefully. Not really sure why maintenance costs went up this year particularly, and then back down for this year. On boat. What's our other boat? He's coming in here. Nice full load of refined oil. Right. We're almost there. Almost back to hopefully positive numbers. Almost. It's the final stretch here. At 1.7 mil. We have a positive bank account. We're gonna come over here. pause the game real quick so we can come over here before any of that money goes away. I want to... So these guys are going to come in from over here. So we'll try to make them just make a circle around. So, right, we're going to do a new line. Let's see if I can just put this in here without out of money. Streets. Just gonna do like that. New line for that line. Not, absolutely not do that. We're gonna go here, to here, 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 to here. These guys nope. Put the roads in the wrong spot here. Get rid of that. Jeez, I'm gonna spend all my money just fixing the roads here. Okay. There we go. Go back in here. This one's the wrong one. This needs to connect back to this. This needs to... Why is this connected like this? Okay. Configure. In, out, out. Road. So that line is doing that appropriately. This green line and this blue line are not doing what they need to do. So let's put waypoints here, here, and let's see, truck one, add this guy, come in here, and we'll add this guy here. Add this guy and this guy. He's still trying to go through there. I do not want you going that way. So we're going to put another waypoint down here. We're going to add you in there like that. Okay. So now that gives us that line. And I'm going to go ahead, since we do have the money, I think, for it. I'm just going to buy 5 of these guys. Put them on that line. I'm going to call this Modesto fuel delivery. On pause. And what that should hopefully do now is, unfortunately, we didn't get it before he went in there. But this guy has a consumer now. It names them after real cities. So there's like Pasadena, Glendale, Sacramento, Norwalk, Lakewood, Waco, Washington, D.C. It is kind of just like everywhere. Fremont. However, we did all that. We still have 53k over here, right? We're still positive. And this line here, as slow as it is now going to start bringing fuel back with it too, right? So it's gonna, that 1.7 mil or whatever, we're gonna get like twice that on the trip back. So that line is going to be making a lot of money. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that this stream. Because it is past end of stream time. So we are going to wrap things up here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Magi, you're also busy on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we're probably going to continue on Transport Fever here. So we'll come back to this world right where we leave off at. And yeah, we'll hopefully be cash flow positive. We'll have money to start doing stuff, so we're not spending half the stream staring at this boat, waiting for it to make its trip. And yeah, we'll go from there. So, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Like I said, we'll be back on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Other than that, you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you then. Bye.